It was just after sunset in Norwood Park, Chicago. Laughter echoed down the street, drifting from a house party where kids giggled, balloons bounced, and a man in clown makeup danced in the middle of the crowd. He was a hit telling jokes, twisting balloon animals, posing for pictures. To the children, he was just Pogo the Clown. To the adults, he was John Wayne Gacy, friendly, funny, generous. He hosted community BBQs. He volunteered for the local Democratic Party. He ran a successful construction business, a perfect neighbor. No one knew that beneath their feet, buried under that very house, were the rotting bodies of boys who never came home. They called him harmless. A bit odd, maybe, but harmless. He'd shake your hand and stare you in the eyes with that wide, practiced smile. He wasn't that kind of kid. He knew how to make you feel safe. He knew how to talk. He also knew how to lie. When 15-year-old Robert Piest vanished on a cold December night in 1978, after going to meet Gacy about a construction job, his parents panicked. He'd never run away. Gacy claimed he'd never seen the boy, but something in his eyes didn't feel right. Neatly stacked, layered like bricks, in a wall of silence, police got a warrant. They had no idea what they were about to walk into. It started with a smell, then full skeletons. Some bodies still had clothing. Some were too decayed to identify. That thick, sour, unmistakable stench of death sinking into the walls and floors of the house. It wasn't mildew. It wasn't dampness. It was rot. Strangled them with rope. Then, like garbage, he stuffed their bodies into the crawl space and went upstairs, made a sandwich, watched TV under the floorboards in a dark, damp crawl space. The police pulled out bone after bone. There were 29 corpses buried in his home. The cuffs would click into place, and the boy would laugh nervously, waiting for the punchline. He came out, charmed his way into business, bought a house, and kept going. One mother told police, "It was Gacy." I know it was, but nothing happened. Later, Gacy would confess to 4 more victims dumped in the nearby Des Plaines River. When he ran out of space beneath the house, 33 boys and young men, lured in with promises of work, cash, or just a friendly ride home. His method was always the same, but the jury didn't buy it. He would trick them, showing them a handcuff magic trick. Then Gacy's voice would change. His smile would vanish. "The trick is," he'd whisper, "you have to have the key." Each one had a moment when they trusted him, and that was the last moment they ever had. He raped them, tortured them. The next day, he went back to work, painted on his clown makeup, shook hands, smiled. What chilled the city wasn't just what he did. It was how long he got away with it. Gacy had already been convicted years earlier for sexually assaulting a boy, but he served just 80 months in prison. He painted pictures of himself as a clown and sold them, gave interviews, smirked. Families of missing boys had mentioned his name. Some victims were last seen with him. The clown act worked. People believed him. Until Robert Piest. Until the floorboards told the truth. At his trial, Gacy tried everything. Claimed insanity. Said Pogo had done it. Blamed a childhood trauma. The evidence was overwhelming. A life, a family. Each boy had a name. In 1980, Gacy was convicted of 33 murders, the most for a single person in American history at the time. He spent 14 years on deathrow.com. Arrogant. On May 10th, 1994, the needle pierced his arm. His last words, "Kiss my ass." The house was torn down, the address removed from maps. But the stories never stopped. Even in death, Gacy left a scar. Parents no longer saw clowns the same way. The face paint, the laughter, the bright colors now all twisted. Because behind that smile once stood a monster who didn't hide in shadows. He stood in daylight and laughed.